What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV back here for another Tottenham update and a day of outgoings today at Tottenham, and also one incoming as well, which we'll talk about first, which is Clement Lenglet, who has completed his medical as per Fabrizio Romano this morning. A bit of a strange one where Dan Kilpatrick says it's unclear if Clement Lenglet will receive a visa in time for the South Korean tour. The defender spent last night at Hotspur Way and has been undergoing a medical today, but that medical has been completed now. Do you think that it's an option maybe to get his visa and make it out there for the second game, or is he just going to stay at Hotspur Way and do his training at Hotspur Way and wait for the team to come back and then go out to Israel?
Yeah, I think he followed up saying he's not expected to, so it's pretty much confirmed. He's saying he expects Lenglet to get it next week. So it looks like he's not going to be making out for the trip to South Korea. Also, it's a very long flight as well. So if he gets it next week, he has to take an extra like a day out of the journey to fly, basically, and then all of a sudden you're coming back. So he's probably going to miss the first game anyway. So it makes sense, just keep him in England, get him training. Bit annoying that that's the case, but I'm pretty happy with the signing. And look, as long as he's here for a lot of the preseason, which he should be for the Rangers game and the Israel trip, it's not too big of a deal. But it could have done it a bit earlier.
Strange one that we don't have any home friendlies this year. We usually have at least one right at the end. It's a strange one. But anyway, it's like good to get a centre back through the door at least, and would like to see one more come through, which brings me nicely on to the next one, and that is on Gleisen Bremer. Dimarzio is saying today that I don't think Tottenham will make a deal now for Bremer now, as they have loaned Clement Lenglet, and he thinks that Bremer is going to stay in Italy for next season. I don't see why the Lenglet deal should impact the Bremer deal, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe he's putting two and two together and getting five, you know what I mean?
I hope so.
I think that there's other, Sami Mokbel saying definitely Bremer has legs. So I do think we're looking at another one. Most journalists who are close to Tottenham all say that we're looking at another centre-back. So I wouldn't completely rule out Bremer. Whether it is going to be Bremer or another one remains to be seen. It depends what we see of Lenglet. Do we really think he's definitely going to be our left centre-back competition for Davis, or do we see him more central? A lot depends on that. Obviously, he can cover both, but what do we see predominantly? Because that will lead into who we go for. So I wouldn't rule out Bremer for sure, but maybe he's got some knowledge that Bremer does rule out. He's been ruled out because of the Lenglet transfer, which would be interesting and would be disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, it could be exciting in a way, because if the Lenglet transfer rules out Bremer, maybe it means that we are getting a top left centre back in from now until the end of the window. That's what I kind of read into it. But having said that, I don't really agree with Dimarzio saying that it should rule out Bremer coming in, because the way I look at it, like you say, Lenglet can cover the left and the centre, and Bremer can cover the right and the centre, and that would be really good options to go into the season with. So anyway, let's move on and let's talk about Japhet Tanganga now, as Sky Italia say that Tottenham have told AC Milan that Japhet Tanganga will cost 12 million euros. The player has already spoken to AC Milan over a potential transfer. And also Charlie Eccleshare says that Bournemouth and Tottenham are in talks over a possible move for Tanganga, loan and permanent deals being discussed. So it looks as though that we are discussing with several clubs about Tanganga leaving on a permanent.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather it be a loan to a Premier League team, really see how we get someone's regular game time, because I feel like with Tanganga, he hasn't really gotten a proper crack at it at Tottenham, and I think he's always been interrupted by injuries and losses of confidence, and he's come into teams which are not playing too well, and the structure hasn't been there. So I feel like it would be really interesting to see if he does go to Bournemouth on loan, how he does there and how he fares in the Premier League. Having said that, he's coming to a time of his career he's thinking it's best just to leave permanently, because all these loans, he's getting to an age now, he's 22, 23, he's probably a bit too much in limbo, at that age. He wants regular playing time at a club which believes in you, and right now, let's be honest, I don't think Tottenham do, in terms of they're not the team that's going to give him a starting spot. I don't think he's ever really going to earn it here. So from that point of view, it's probably best to get that permanent move.
I always felt that Tanganga always needed a loan move, because a player of his age coming in to Tottenham, I mean, when you look at all the other players that have done well from the academy, all of them pretty much have had successful loan moves, or not even successful loan moves, but loan moves where they go out and play regular football week in, week out. And Tanganga just hasn't had that. And unfortunately, there are just better defenders ahead of him in the pecking order at Tottenham. So I feel like if he was to go out and get regular game time, it could work in his favour and he could come back to Tottenham a stronger player. But I just feel like as well that maybe we've kind of moved on from that level, I'm afraid. We've got Christian Romero on the right-hand side, Eric Dyer, who's massively improved, and we're even looking to maybe get a better than him in, and obviously Lenglet and Davis on the left-hand side. So where does he even fit in?
Yeah, now back up to Romero, you got Sanchez, you know what I mean? And Sanchez is probably at a higher level right now than Tanganga, however good Tanganga is. So it's unfortunate. I just think I think he's always also an easy target in terms of coming out the team. Whenever like the defence is struggling and if he's part of it, he's the one who comes out all the time because he's just a young player, and I feel bad for him in that sense. But I also feel like a lot of the times where he has got chances, a few times he hasn't taken it. So that's just the reality of football, unfortunately. And I think at this stage, it's better to part ways.
He's had like really good games and isolated games, the Man City game, the Liverpool game, against big teams as well, and stood up to big players. But he's never just done that consistently on a consistent level. And that run when we lost to Chelsea, when we had a lot of defenders out, I mean, he was struggling big time in that run.
Big time. But so were the rest of the back three. But so it's not just his fault. So in that sense, I feel for him. But yeah, he would argue he hasn't got the regular game time. But I guess there's a reason for that as well.
All right, let's move on and let's talk about Jack Clarke, as finally he has sealed his permanent move away from Tottenham. What year was it we signed? Did we sign him in the Ndombele Lo Celso transfer window, 10 million? And it just hasn't worked out for him whatsoever. Every time you've seen him on the pitch, he looks like a boy playing amongst men. Ali Gold has said that Jack Clarke is set to seal his permanent exit from Spurs to Sunderland. Jack Clarke fee will be a low initial one, but the future add-ons could see the deal reach up to around £10 million. I'm not sure what those add-ons are.
Promotion add-ons, goals and assists probably.
Yeah, I mean, he was out on loan for Sunderland last year. I believe that I read Sunderland fans were quite happy with him, but that was in League One. They've moved up to the Championship now, and it remains to be seen. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes for Jack Clarke, but obviously we wish him all the best for the future.
Yeah, I think, let's be honest, it's been a waste of money. No disrespect, but he's been awful whenever he's got given a chance in the Tottenham shirt. His loan spells, he hasn't been good as well at all. It was pretty much a punt. A 10 million punt because he had a good 6 months at Leeds. Well, not even an amazing. It was just a good 6 months, and
it was cameos. Player. It was all cameos.
Yeah. So we spent 10 million on him, and that money's been wasted. But thankfully, the fee, we're getting a small fee, and if we does go up to 10 million, that'd be miraculous if we get the money back for him, which I find it hard to believe. But look, if we do, then that'd be fantastic, and I wish him all the best, but I don't think it was ever going to work out on him.
Yeah, we get our money back if Sunderland win the Champions League or something like that, you know what I mean?
Probably.
Last but not least, Steven Bergwijn, as he has been unveiled as a brand new Ajax player today. That long-standing talks between Bergwijn, Ajax and Tottenham has finally come down to an end, and he's given us a parting message to the Tottenham fans on social media, and he says, "Dear Spurs fans, thank you all for the great moments and memories. It was an honour to be part of this beautiful club. All the best, and come on you Spurs."
Yeah.
So nice words from Stevie. I, for one, is going to be sad to see the back of him. Great memories like that Man City game, the goal against Man United, that West Ham game where he got a golden assist in the Cup this year, and obviously the Leicester game, which absolutely topped the lot with 2 goals in the last minute. But look, again, we just didn't see him on the pitch anywhere near as much as we would have liked, as what he would have liked, and this move is probably right for all parties.
Yeah, look, we wouldn't be in the Champions League without him. That's enough to give him a fond farewell and give him cult status among Spurs fans. But for himself and for the club, this was coming for 6 months. It was coming. So he's going to smash out in Ajax. I'm sure of it. He's going to have a brilliant time there. It'll be interesting to see how he does in the Champions League as well. And obviously, he'll be gunning for that place in the World Cup. But unfortunately, at the end of it, it just didn't work out at Tottenham for one reason or another. Not due to his quality, it was just circumstance a lot of the time. So I wish him all the best, but it's the right thing.
Absolutely.
It's a good deal as well.
Yeah, it is a good deal. Get your money back. So yeah, good on Stevie for getting his move, because he did always want Ajax, and even when maybe like other English teams came calling, he still just wanted to go to Ajax, a club that he came through, I believe, the academy there at Ajax. So big up to Stevie. Hope to see you back at the lane soon in your Ajax shirt. It'll be nice if we can get Ajax in the Champions League at some point this year and give him a nice little round of applause. But that is your Tottenham update today. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any thoughts regarding any of the news stories we've brought to you today. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on you Spurs.